Okay, we're officially live. Go for it.
So let me just repeat what I just said so we got it on here. So I know everybody's rushing in a million different directions. The summer is hard. So if you're watching the replay of this, you will have the opportunity to put some comments in here in a couple minutes when I get to the meat and potatoes of the whole topic. So feel free to add that in, and then I know that we're planning on doing another Zoom April. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me?
Brain is
June 30th, right? It's the 30th?
June 30th is the next one.
So it can either be a new conversation or maybe a continuation of this one if there's comments and things like that pop up. So first thing I wanted to mention, unrelated to the topic of this Zoom, but equally important, is Jen put up a post earlier tonight asking for people basically just to comment if they saw it. Mostly, I think you had some content in there, but it was really just a comment. And the reason being is because we're hearing that it's possible in some Facebook groups that not everybody is seeing all the posts due to the Facebook algorithms or anything like that. So sometimes when we don't comment, like you see it, but if you don't comment or like it or something, Facebook thinks, oh, you're not interested. So then it starts to hide some of the posts from you. And there might be content that you're not even aware of in any of your groups, not just this one. So it may be a good idea in your virtual gyms too, to just say, hey, if you're seeing this post, comment. If you've got people in there that are, the watchers, but not always the ones that comment, they might be missing some of your good stuff. So I wanted to say that out of the gate. So the purpose of kind of coming together tonight and doing this call was really because, we were thinking a lot about, this page, this community, this team of wellness warriors. And, it's like we're all so busy running in so many different directions. Like every one of us, I think we each have our unique busyness, but everybody's running in a million different directions. And, when we kind of came together to create this page, it was to reduce the overwhelm of that really, and to kind of share the load a little bit with one another when we first, when this all came to be, however many years ago it was. And really the function and purpose of this page is to be that community support for one another, but also to be a place of friendship, a place of encouragement, a place where we can learn together and grow together. We have, as far as learning goes, we have a wonderful upline of people that have given us so much training. If you go all the way to the top of our upline, you have Christine Dwyer, who is phenomenal. For those of you that don't know her, she's like the very tippy top of our upline. She has a podcast that I know a lot of people really enjoy. She's got a website, Platinum Presenters, that you can join. So there's a wealth of information from her. And then from her, you have Allie Upham, who, again, has so much information, so much content, weekly calls that you can be on. She has the Team Together Fit page that has a lot of content and old calls and trainings you can go to. And then moving down, we have Amy Grasso, who, again, so much content, so much training. So, and then finally, we have our Thinkific site that we've kind of taken a lot of the things that we feel are, of most benefit and kind of reduce them into one little spot for people. So we have all these places that you can get training. In addition, like if you go on YouTube, there's so much. Like you can literally get training from every which way. National Wake Up Call, other coaches, like there's so much. And so, we try and reduce the overwhelm. We try and make this page not be more of that because there are so many places that you can already get it from. So the purpose of this is really that like community feel. And we have tried over, the course of, well, really since I would say last summit, especially, to kind of be intentional about, certain things, like posting certain things in there. Some of us are awesome at that. Some of us, no, not at all. They gave me an assignment. I didn't follow through. I'm not good at that. But there are some girls in this group that are fantastic about posting regularly and getting us talking, and even just starting conversations. Like Jamie's awesome about like just asking a random question and getting all these people to comment so we get to know each other better. Like that's what like the really the vision of this page is, in addition to having a place where you can ask a question, having a place where you can share a podcast you listen to that you think others might benefit from, or having a place where you just, hey, I need a suggestion or I need help or whatever, it's a community feel kind of page. And so having said that, one of the things that, that we've talked about and reflected on is how there's this, I guess, stigma, for lack of a better word, of what a leader is. There's this stigma behind well, Allie's our leader and Amy's our leader. And yeah, that, obviously we all know the definition of a leader. That's true to some extent when you have a rank above or whatever, but never ever has rank been something that we have focused on, here in that way. It is, of my personal opinion, and I think I probably can speak this for many of us, a leader is anybody that steps up and takes a leadership role in something. A leader is anybody that is leading anything in any way. You're a leader of your home. If you're cooking and doing the laundry and running kids around, you're a leader. You might be a leader in your workplace. Like, a leader is anybody that's stepping up to do anything, to take charge in any way. So, we want to kind of get rid of the whole thing of who the leaders are, and they can only be the ones that, anybody can contribute to this page, anybody at any given time. And so we just kind of want to get that message out there that, if there's something that you have on your heart to share it. If there's something that you want to do because you have a skill or a talent or a gift with something that could be useful to the team, do it. It should be for everybody. Like I said, the purpose of this Wellness Warriors was so that we could all share the load, because we're all busy. We're all running in a million different directions. We're all trying to do this business at the same time that we're doing, our full-time jobs and being moms and wives and all of that sort of thing. And honestly, we're all running our businesses in a little bit of a different way too. So it's a cookie cutter thing doesn't work. So the more we share with each other, the more people that share with each other, the better I think this page becomes. The better and more useful it is, the better and stronger our community becomes. So I say all that to say what we had hoped to have happen tonight, which may not right now, unless Colleen has some wonderful things to shout out at us. But what we had hoped was we kind of wanted to be reflective and evaluate. Hey, Allison.
Hi.
Be reflective and sort of evaluate, what are the things that are going well on this page, and what are I keep saying this page. We're not on, this will be on Facebook, but the Facebook page, I should preface that. But what are the things that are going really well? What are the things that are helpful, useful, they're good things? And what are the things that we can improve upon? Maybe, there's some areas that, maybe that we're either not doing so well or not doing at all. How can we as a team, a collective, cohesive team, make some changes so that we're benefiting everybody in a bigger way than we are currently? Because, the more heads that you put into something, the more opinions, the more ideas, the better and stronger it becomes. When you narrow it down to just a couple people, it's hard. So we are looking for feedback from everyone, regardless of if you are, working this business full-time, if you're working this business part-time, if you're working this business as a discount coach, or you're just hanging out in here because you like us, whatever the reason is, we want to hear your feedback. We want to have all of us talking together. It's not about what rank you are. It's not about, where you are or what you're doing in the business. It's not about how long you've been doing this business. None of that matters. It's about, speaking up and saying, hey, this is what I would find helpful, or this is what I love, or this is what is missing, and putting those things in place. And so what we had planned to do was kind of I was going to pull up a blank screen and, do this was Beth's idea, a plus delta, what's going well, what do we need to improve upon kind of thing. But since there's only a few of us here, I don't know how effective that will be here in this call. But if you have something, please put it in the comments below. Don't be afraid to share. There's no judgment. It's just, if there's something you're not happy with, you got to speak up, because none of us can read anyone else's minds. And the only way that change happens is when you put yourself out there and speak up. So if there's something that you would like to contribute to this conversation, you can type it in the comments. And then maybe when we have the one on the 30th, if we can either look at those comments and evaluate them and discuss them, or add to the conversation. So that's sort of what I have. I don't know if anybody else has anything they want to say or whatever. I'll just drink from my cup that matches my sweatshirt, and you can like
that is impressive. That is impressive.
Totally by accident. Because I didn't expect to be wearing a sweatshirt in June. So,
I know I had a jacket on at work, and they're like, well, you're wearing a jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in sweats and a blanket on. It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Is that
I
your
haven't done my
energize?
workout yet, so I'm getting ready to do.
Oh.
It's been a long day. It was a hospital day.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, but I'm doing it. I'm not getting this off. So,
Good for you.
anyway, sorry I'm late, but
It's okay.
That's okay.
I got the
I
gist.
think you heard the gist of what I was saying. So,
Colleen, you can unmute yourself. I don't know if you have any sort of feedback or any thoughts about, is there anything that the page could do better to support you on your journey? Do you know that there's the other resources available to you in terms of learning tactical strategy for your business?
I think I need to explore them more. I'm just kind of like struggling where I want my business to go and how to get there. I'm just kind of overwhelmed, but I think I need to explore a little bit. So,
Colleen, did you do all the training in Thinkific? I'm just curious.
I don't think so. I should probably dive into that.
I'm on a call. I think it, you might even be able to skip through some of the sections, but it might just help you as you're trying to figure out things. Like it might be, you might know a lot of the stuff already because you've been coaching for a while. But like actually Wendy is just signing a coach and she's like, what do I do next? And I'm like, remember that big training site we have?
Yeah.
That's what you do. Send them there. So, I think it's just a good way to get refreshed, but like, I don't know, did you talk about what, like Beachbody Champions and Together Fit stuff, Charisse, or?
I didn't mention Champions. That's another very good resource. I mentioned how, our upline is so strong with trainings from Christine Dwyer all the way down to Allie to Amy that, that they have a lot of that stuff on their pages. But in addition that, National Wake Up Call, podcasts, you go to YouTube, and I mentioned Thinkific, but you're right. The Beachbody Champions page is awesome. I find with that one, the best way to do it is to type in the search bar with what the topic is that you want. Otherwise, you get lost in a rabbit hole of things. Yeah. So,
do they have units in there yet or not?
I don't know. I'd have to look at it.
I do the same thing on every group. I always search. It's the fastest way for sure.
Yeah.
Even our page, right? And just so everybody knows, we do have good units, I think, in our page with the training. So you search it, and then it'll take you to the right unit.
But Colleen, I think what you said is key. The one word that I heard you say was, overwhelmed. Like, where do I start? And I have to try to figure out what I want, right? Like you've been so consistent on your own journey since you started. Mm-hmm. And then you saw massive sort of unexpected growth with sharing Transform 20. And you were like, well, holy crap, maybe I can do something now with this,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know that we had all of the training that we do now when you first started coaching. So you're still in the season of transition in your own life,
I think that's my biggest thing too. It's there's so much new coming in my life too that I just don't know what to do with everything.
Right. So we'll help you through all that, but just, know that the resources are there. Mm-hmm. And, we've been working together the last couple of months anyways with setting some goals. And so just, that's really the purpose of, we didn't want Wellness Warriors to be an overwhelming place.
It's not that. It's just everything and just all of the Beachbody stuff.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what our goal is, to have a place where when you are feeling that overwhelm and you aren't sure where to turn, that and that's kind of the driving force of why we wanted to have this conversation is just like, you know, how can we make that be a place where, like, not just you, Colleen, but like there's everybody gets overwhelmed at different times, but like, how can it be a place where you can literally sit down and be like, I'm overwhelmed. I need help with XYZ. You know what I mean? And have it be a place where somebody can be like, oh, I watched a video over on the Champions page, or, oh, I do this in my virtual gym, or, oh, like we really want to see this page evolve so that there's, I mean, I don't want to say like more communication because we're all busy. Like sometimes
support.
Yeah.
Like a support place. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a place where people are like, oh, you know what? I'm going to turn there first because I know somebody in there is going to be able to help me. Like, I think we're trying to build that culture around the page. I don't think we're there right now. And we recognize that. And so like, that's why we're looking for feedback from everybody is like, how can we create that support system a little bit better? Like, how can we, make this be a place to avoid the overwhelm? You know what that's the piece I think we're missing that we're trying so hard to do. So we're trying to see what is working and what isn't, and what are we missing and what can we add? Like that's the feedback that we need from people, I think, to really be able to make the changes that are most beneficial, because you're right, overwhelm's the key word. I mean, we all are overwhelmed, sometimes more than others, sometimes certain seasons than others, but everybody is. So how can we reduce that and support each other from that?
Good
and keep
stuff.
Jen awake.
Yeah. I know.
Are you sleeping?
Allison, 2 patients wiped me out. Terrible. Yeah, I'm tired.
So
I got my way back up.
So I guess, I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but I guess we post this recording and then see what comes of it.
Yes.
Yeah. He wants him.
That's hilarious.
I'm like sitting on the floor and he's on the bed. I had to hide in my bedroom to do this.
I'll
Say
post,
hi?
I'll post the recording and we'll see if anybody has comments. And then we'll do another similar one on the 30th, and maybe people will be either have had time to watch this and put some comments we can talk about as a team, or we'll see if anything comes up from that. And if the feedback is everything's just fine, then everything's will just kind of stay the way we're running it, and people share. And then just maybe remind us all, like, just kind of come in every now and then and say, like, hey, having a good day, having a bad day, you know, just share that community and get people talking. Because there was something recently that was shared, and like there was a lot of sharing about it. It was in my mindset post on Monday. Like Sandy started commenting. People were like, oh my gosh, I'm struggling too. And that's good when people feel like they're not the only one that's feeling a certain way, you know?
And I love the posts that get us thinking and talking about things even outside of Beachbody. Like, I think those are so important too, because they help us get to know each other on a different level, you know, personally. So I'd love to see more of those, you know, even if they're silly, if they're serious, like whatever they are, you know, I'd love to see more of those where we get to know each other and share the feelings of life, and, you know, kind of like how you do in your virtual gym. Like, it's kind of like the same thing. We don't just talk always about fitness and nutrition. You sometimes talk about life things, you know? So I would love to see that shift occur in the page. And I think if more people felt comfortable, your like whole computer jumped. I think if people, like, I want people to realize, and I know we all want this, like them to realize that this is everybody's page. Like, anybody can post something at any time, even if it's not related to Beachbody, you know? So.
That sounds good. Colleen, do you have anything else? You have like one-on-one coach call right now.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. Okay. Well, thank you guys for showing up, and I'll put the recording up, and we'll see maybe some more people on the 30th.
Can we get a picture, Jen?
Sure.
Wait, let me get Jeff. No, you're not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, you have to get a minute.
Now he thinks I'm playing. Hold on, I gotta chase him.
Oh,
Should chase it back up to the bed.
I never take good pictures. I
know, I
don't
got-
take good pictures when I'm on these.
Oh,
never-
no, he's not going to make it.
Oh, shoot.
He thinks
Therese,
I'm
you're fine. Mine usually fine.
All right. Who's taking it?
I got it.
Not me.
Let me get my phone like not in the picture too much. Okay, ready, girls? I'm gonna turn this way.
All right. Sorry.
Ready? Smile. Okay, I'll message it to you girls.
Yeah, I need to put something on my damn story today.
I only have one picture, so.
I just posted for the first time today, I think.
Allison, what happened to Jerry though?
His blood pressure dropped again when I was at work, and Carl flipped out, took him to the hospital. So we're trying to maybe, Gladys helped me get him to admit him, so then they can maybe try to figure out the blood pressure thing.
Okay.
But he was fine when he got fluids. Now, yesterday, I just had to tip him upside down, and I got his blood pressure back. Like, tip the 200-pound guy backwards, and it worked. But I don't want to do that every day. I'm not here every day. So he's going to stay there and then maybe just go to rehab, you know.
Okay.
If he has to get a 3-day hospital stay to go to rehab.
Okay.
But everybody's a little bit more calm because he's there. Yeah.
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 But I had to cancel clients and, you know, make sure they knew everything about his meds and stuff.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I think it's
Awesome.
just his meds. It's just they're over medicating him, which is what it always comes back to.
Yep.
Everybody. It's our healthcare system. So,
Keep us posted. We'll keep praying for you.
all right.
Yeah.
Thanks, girls.
All
Bye,
right,
ladies.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.